Eileen,
See, I miss you.
I miss you.
We
It's been
haven't.
too many days without voice.
I know. We haven't talked in like 5 days.
I know. We saved it for this moment because it's so fun now we have this.
That's why we rushed to record. We were like,
Mhm.
I would like text you today, and I was like, I want to catch up so bad, but let's just save
Yeah,
it. Let's just save it.
it. I'm so excited to catch up. How was your weekend? How was your Nova Linda costume?
It was so much fun. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, this past weekend I dressed up as a princess for a Halloween girls' night. So not real
So
Halloween, Halloween girls' night.
What'd you guys do?
We went to dinner at this place called Amore in Atlanta, I believe. It used to be called something else that was like really, really popular, famous name before. Of course, I forgot. Or it used to be called Amore, and now it's called something else. I can't remember which one.
Either way.
But it was like completely decked out in there in Halloween decorations to the point where every guest sitting there, like they were giving out like witches hats. So like every single person in the entire restaurant
Had
it's like
something on.
Yes, so it's like Italian food too. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Wait, cute.
Oh, it was amazing. And then afterwards we went out.
Nice.
Got a little silly.
Nice. Did you stick to your hangover routine on Sunday?
You know what? I took actually really good care of myself. So I wasn't as hungover as I thought I would be, but I did I took advantage of it because I had nothing else to do. So I just sat in a cold, dark room.
Yeah.
And just watched my comfort thing. This is going to be weird, but my comfort thing is watching TV and movies on my laptop rather than.
Me too. In bed.
Shut up. Yes.
It's the little screen and like being able to lay down and like lay on your side and watch right there in front of your face. It's such an underrated moment.
I know, you can hug the screen. Like
I
Sam thinks I'm weird.
know.
I'll do that with my phone too. And he's like,
Yeah, Connor doesn't get it either. Connor wants like this huge TV that literally ruins our whole house. I'm just like, I hate boys.
oh my God, we have in our living room, we have 3 TVs, Caroline.
Yeah.
And the one in the center is like a 70-incher.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's just too much stimulation. I don't want to watch an entire movie.
It's too much. It ruins the aesthetic. We can live off the little screens. Like, it's better for us.
Yeah. I mean,
I vote let's get this thing out of here.
Oh my gosh.
You saw how big their TV was in here. It's ridiculous.
Ours is about the same. And it's just very loud and proud.
Yeah, it is.
And anytime I'm watching a movie with Sam, there's 2 TVs on the opposite sides. And then like one sports game is there and I'm just like constantly in a sports bar. So it's just something about my hungover day of cuddling my laptop, watching whatever the hell I want to watch, free of any kind of like man things. I mean, bless them.
Bless them.
Being straight is not a choice.
Yeah. They can't help. They can't help their natural man, cavemaness.
Yeah, I know. But he made really good food. He always makes good food with sports around. So like, I love that. But yeah, so it was like a wonderful day. And if you guys don't know what, want to see what my costume looked like, I posted on a reel on the Nova Linda Instagram page.
You look so good.
Oh my gosh.
I need you to like dress me and style me for my Halloween on Friday. I have no idea how to go about this. It's not my forte.
Please.
I'm just going to be a female pirate because Connor's being a pirate and he's like singing with this rock band. So I'm like, I'm his groupie. I got to match.
He can really side quest. I mean,
I know.
What the hell did you just say?
Yeah. Sometimes he sings with random groups of bands. Like bands will hit him up and be like, can you sing for this party? And he's like, sure. Hops up on stage.
Oh my God. Why does that make perfect sense for him?
I know, right? And then he pulls out like the one costume he's had for 4 years underneath the bed and he's just like a pirate. So. Okay, well, you gotta love.
Pirate is easy, and I already feel like you have all the basics.
Exactly. I'm just gonna like put on like tight black pants, a little like white crisp top. I feel like I need a corset like you were wearing.
Oh,
That's
God,
the one piece I don't have. But should I just like Amazon one?
You should. And they have something that I want to buy. They have these like really thick, like back in the day when everyone used to wear like really thick belts.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link, but it's like a corset, but also a belt. But it's like this like, but it wraps around a couple times. Yes. Okay.
And then I'll wear like a little bandana.
You just need a bunch of layers.
Yeah. A bunch of layers, a bunch of black and white, a little smoky eye. Call it a day.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, easy. Cool. You could even wear like one of your like lacy dresses like over the pants and then like put the corset around that.
True.
And, like, just do like, you just need to look like a little shipwrecked.
Yes. Like little layers and like different things coming off of me.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. Okay,
Wait,
how was wedding weekend?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you guys listened to our last one was a kind of a catch up.
Yeah, it was.
So
And
this
I was
is
in a
catch-up.
mood, so I'm feeling happier today.
Okay, good. I can't really remember. It's all a blur. Since I left you guys and talked about my like routine of traveling, I mean, this one got me. This
Well,
one
you were at
got
like
me,
a whole
man.
ass party. I mean, it's a party.
Yeah, but like I didn't even drink really or anything. It's just like that the way of going across the country in that travel day and then not really getting to be able to go to sleep night one and then waking up early to get
Yeah,
ready for like the bridal lunch and then you have a little break and then rehearsal all night, welcome party, can't sleep again the next night, up at 8 to do hair and makeup, and then you're just like you have a 12-hour day. So much fun. Everything went perfect. My bestie was so happy. Like everything about it is so worth it. But my little sensitive body and being, like 7-day recovery.
You looked beautiful though.
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
olive green dress on you, that is your
Thank you.
color.
Thank
Like
you.
you need a million things in that color.
It was perfect. Like my skin tone and my hair.
Yes, it was just
it all
like
worked. And like the palette that she gave us, like I needed the right green for me and I found it and it was great.
you have to post a picture.
I will.
Please.
Everything. I need to get some photos back from her. I don't like. There's like a cute one of me and her. I think I have on my phone of like us posing in the mirror. She looked insane.
Her dress was stunning. Yep,
stunning. And like we all got to like guess what it was, and none of us could have pictured it. Just like everything was just like she's just the perfect bride. She was so calm. She was so happy. She was so present. I give her a 10 out of 10. I give her 11 out of a 10 for just her everything. She freaking delivered and enjoyed.
You know
what? You know when
vibe.
sometimes people are like can't really enjoy it. Like she was enjoying every second of it. It was just it was awesome. It was so sweet. All the things, tender.
You have to embrace so many like imperfections. It's like planned to perfection, but then like life is lifing. So it's like you just take it. And you're just like, all right, and this happens.
She got so lucky that the weather was literally perfect.
Actually perfect.
Me and my other besties stayed in Charleston for 2 days to recover and rest and just be together. And it rained for 48 hours. Like she got so lucky because from the time we got there on Wednesday and Thursday to all the way through Sunday morning, perfect sun, not a cloud in the sky, 72.
Wait, so weird. The wedding that I was in, that was also in Charleston.
Oh yeah,
at the end of May.
Oh, I was going to say, because you had a wedding last week too. Oh my God.
Yes, I did. And that was, oh my gosh, I got really drunk. Like really.
Really?
Yes, but like the best. I was the best time.
Good.
I was running around, advocating for the bar. It was just like a wine and beer bar. And I was like, are you guys getting tipped well? Yeah. And they were like, eh. And they could have just been lying to me. But I was like, you know what? I talked to every single person in the eye, like hammered. Looked at every single person in the eye and I was like, listen, we need to band together. Because I know also the bride and the groom is one of Sam's best friends. He's the most generous person ever. And there's something about an energy that gets created at a wedding that like really sets people up for success. Maybe that's just in my head.
No, I know what you mean.
So I was like, this lack of generosity that needs to be given is bad vibes for this newly married couple that are actually the most precious angels I've ever met in my entire life.
You have to match their energy.
That's
the couple that got married for me this weekend too are also angels.
Yeah.
And you got to bring that angel energy to them.
Well, and I wasn't going to let that happen. So I walked around and I looked every single person in the eye. I've never met these people, like more than half. I knew 3 people there. Looked every single person in the eye and I was like, we need to get up there. And everyone was really nice. And at the end of the night, the groom went up there. At the very end of the night, he like walks up to the bar and he was like, of course, he's like, I haven't got a chance to talk to you guys, like on his own wedding, because he's just that kind of person. But he's like, did you guys get good tips? And they were like, you know what? Yeah, we did. And I was like, yes.
We have this girl over here to thank. Her name is Nina P.
Oh my gosh.
But I love that.
That was hilarious. Well, Sam was also the best man. So like I had to show out.
Yeah,
and then
totally.
I showed out. And I showed out.
They're passing you drinks every time you got your come up check in on them.
It was easier to get a glass of wine than a water, and like that's an issue. Or is it?
It's not. It's not. No. It's a fun. I really kind of stopped drinking the last year, but I do drink at weddings still a normal amount. You know, it was hard for me on this one, I think, because I was just so tired. My nervous system was so overly shot. But I think that happens like when you're in a wedding and you kind of like are doing stuff all day and you take pictures and you're wearing heels all day and
yeah.
You're not like easing into the night. So I my body stops me. Like I ordered plenty of drinks, I just couldn't get them down, but I still had just as much fun. So it wasn't like that was impacting my fun, but I do love to drink at a wedding.
I know what you mean by your body stops you because don't get me, I love a good time, but I was so excited going into this weekend because I was like wedding, like two of our closest friends' weddings, then I get to dress up. So I was so excited to go in the weekend that I overdid a little bit at the wedding.
Oh, night one.
But that's why at the girls' night, I was like, I know, a drink, some water. I mean, don't get me wrong, we were still feeling frisky, but like, I was like, if I had gone into that girls' night with the same energy that I went into that wedding, you wouldn't have seen me till 6 a.m.
Yep.
I don't know what I would have done.
Like, if everything that I had was here and I hadn't done the travel and the non-sleeping, then I'd be on that level. Yeah. But it's like I had already exercised so much of my energy before I even got there. So it was like, but it's a blessing in disguise because then I just have to deal with exhaustion, not hangover and exhaustion. So I'm proud. I'm proud of that body choice.
And we need to like do like a long vacation together because
I know.
We're like for the amount that we hang out and do stuff, I've like never seen you drunk.
You deserve it. It's a good one.
I do. You know what I do?
I'm a happy sweet drunk. One of my friends asked me that recently. He was like, "Wait, what are you like drunk? Because you don't get drunk, do you?" And I was like, "It's very few and far between, but like, you're blessed if you get to experience it."
Oh man, manifesting.
Yeah. Connor's family, like when I like get a little bit in me, they're like, "Yes." They call me Brad because there's so many Carolines. His little sister's name's Caroline, and they're like, "Brad, she's like here, she's having fun," and I'm like, "You're welcome."
She literally graced them with your presence. I'm obsessed.
I know. So yeah, we'll make that happen.
I love it. Okay. Well, we had a good time. How are you feeling right now? Feeling worn down? You got a little tea? You looking cute?
Yeah. I mean, I'm worn down and it's weird because I was like shivering all weekend. Like it was 70, but like as soon as the sun went down, it was really cold there. And then it stormed and it was freezing. And when I came back, it's 90 degrees out today. So I'm drinking a hot tea, but I'm also like mildly sweating. And just throw it out there, TMI for everyone. I got my period like right at the end of the weekend. So it kind of made more sense to why I was struggling energetically. Like I was PMSing all weekend, got my period on the flight home. I'm just like, I'm fine. Like mood wise, I'm fine. I'm just exhausted.
Totally. So, yeah, Atlanta is freezing right now. It's like it's like 50 degrees outside.
Yeah. I almost was like, I'm coming back to too hot. Like it's 90.
Right.
Tomorrow's going to be 88. My birthday is Saturday though. So I feel like I need to I know.
Happy early birthday.
Figure out what I'm going to do. Connor has to work Saturday and Sunday. So I'm like, he is off tomorrow. I'm like, should we go do something after our work? Like 2 p.m. It'll be East Coast 5 o'clock. I could be done at 2 and we could go do something fun. And then he'll play Friday night. So I feel like I have like a fun few days ahead of me. So today is kind of my rest.
You could do a cute little like artist date.
Yeah.
I love like on my birthday or even around my birthday. If I have something planned on my actual birthday, then like so be it. But I always love around my birthday to like take time for myself.
Right. Which I think I'll be able to do because like tomorrow we'll hang with him. Friday he'll be his band thing and we'll have friends around us. And then Saturday I don't have anything. I could hit a few people up, but I'm like, maybe I just like go figure out how to ride a horse or something.
Right.
Or like go to the spa and just be by myself, which sounds really good. Because I was just with people for like 5 days.
Exactly.
And all my friends. Like I got a lot of that energy in, which is great. So I'm feeling like full. So I'm trying to like think of like what I could do for myself to like really, just be 28. I'm going to be 28.
I love it.
I love it.
It just keeps getting better.
I love 28. I love the sound of 28 to 32.
Right? I really feel like I'm in my prime right now.
Yeah. It's feeling good.
I mean, you're like kind of still in the trenches, but you're like actually navigating them.
Yes.
And you can kind of see a light at the end
More
of the tunnel.
control, light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Things are shifting. Things are happening. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the age turn.
Oh, I love it. Especially a Scorpio. I love a
right?
Scorpio age turn. You guys are always just like rising from the ashes, like every which direction. There's like a death
for real.
Like a death and
and rebirth every fucking year of my life.
Every 6 months, maybe.
Basically.
Say.
Right.
Every full moon. I don't know. Oh my gosh.
So I got it's been a big week, big weekend coming up. I love November. All good things. We're rocking and we're rolling.
I love this. And I feel like we have to be in this like really good mood to talk about we're talking about
Well,
today.
yeah, exactly. Also, I just wanted to put out one thing just to be real and honest. I'm now going to be a week behind on Artist Way, but I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's fine.
I know, but
I'm
I don't want to be out of sync with you, but I feel like in the next 12 weeks maybe you'll be behind 1 week and it's okay if we're not like linked up on the same
yes.
week.
Yeah.
So,
The way I'm approaching it is I'm trying to do as much as I can every day. So like Monday night, I was able to read for an hour.
yeah.
Last night I didn't read at all. So like it
Okay.
just, but like I want to stay on top of it, but I don't really have um, I don't have
Time
like
like
the shackles or whatever to be like regimented. Like this week
yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've never done this before. In
Yeah.
the book, it was like you will do it multiple times throughout your life. So I'm just kind
Yeah.
of like, let me just do this the best I can right now.
Right.
I'm still getting stuff out of it. I'm still doing the morning pages at least like 5 times a week.
Exactly. That's a
Like,
goal for me. 5 times a week morning pages, which again didn't happen because my vacation being the way that it was with those 2 big travel days and then bridesmaids duty. Sorry, just not a shot. Like,
no,
no.
like what are you gonna do? Like you're like
Yeah.
your friends are eating breakfast, like and you're
Yes.
just like
Yes.
writing in your journal and
Yeah.
you're like, guys,
Yeah.
hold on. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that could be a thing, but like, no,
It
I'm
just
with
wasn't
you.
in the cards. It was one of those things where like they had to wake me up at 8 a.m. because it's 5 a.m. to me and I just
Yeah.
slept for 4 hours. Like it just wasn't going to be a priority. I'm okay with that because my heart's still so in the game of this book. I'm so excited.
Same.
And happy about it that we're doing it. I have
and
not lost interest is the good part.
correct. Neither have I. And if I get a perfectionist attitude with it, I will lose interest. So that's like
Yeah,
something that
totally.
I know me and you really struggle with is like approaching things and like zero, like having it be 100%. And if it can't be 100%, we're like, oh, forget about it.
Exactly.
And I feel like the whole point of this book is to embrace the nuances of like everything almost. So like we have to have that attitude towards the book. So
yes.
That's at least how I'm justifying it.
No, that's perfect. I think there's no rules.
I love it.
We already discussed no rules. Okay. I just want to throw that out there, give a little update. I have been having dreams about my shed. So Connor and I are going to try to start November as our month to start it.
Yes.
I keep saying that, but it's real this time.
We'll do like a 6-week catch up where we'll be like, let's just get to this point and then we'll do it.
I think so.
You know what I mean? Like it's loose.
It's loose. Okay, beautiful. Let's get into your downloaded topic for the day.
So discernment, that's the word that came to me. I pretty much was driving to work today and I was like, when I talk to the universe, I refer to it like whatever it is as God always. I like God energy and I like attracting that kind of energy. There's definitely a frequency with it and that's not what we're getting into. But today pretty much I was on the way to work and I, you know how anytime we're like, what are we going to talk about? And you get so overwhelmed and you like, can't think of something.
Yeah.
So that was happening to me, but then I was like texting with you and I was like, God, what should we talk about? And immediately it was like discernment popped in my head. And I was like, that's weird. I don't know. When have I even like read that word? Like it was just, it was very random, but I was like,
always
you know
is
what?
though.
It always is. So I was like, let's just kind of go with it. So I'm just going to read the definition of discernment.
Please do. Because I think I know what it means.
I think I do too, but it just kind of gives us a little launching pad.
Yeah, this is learning for both of us.
Yeah. I've heard this word being thrown around. Anytime a word is being thrown around, I'm like, let's get back to the basics.
Yeah, back to the basics.
Discernment is the ability to perceive, understand, and judge things clearly, often involving making wise choices or recognizing subtle differences.
I get what you're saying, and I am already excited about it.
Right?
I feel like, Nina, if we had to brag for one episode, this is what we're both good at.
Yeah.
We're good at a lot of things, but like, I think we're really good at discerning. Like, you have good bullshit detector. We have good self-esteem. So I feel like, can like say no to things or like say no to people. Not all the time. I mean, like, we're all a little people pleasery in certain ways, but I feel like this is a strong suit.
I think it is a strong suit, but it's like, you know, it's a good thing, but also because I feel like we can both be a little judgy.
Yeah, you can go too far.
You can go too far.
You overthink. So like the counter,
exactly.
What is the counter side? The other side of this is overthinking, maybe overanalyzing, judgment.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Because something about discernment to me is like, it's that gut, it's that feeling. It's that like when you meet someone and you're like, oh, you know, or
it's a little intuition-y.
Yes, it is. And I
think it has to be like, okay, I think there's so many sides to this word, or there's so many versions of this, because some of it is a little bit can be trauma formed where you're hyper vigilant. So if I thought about it in that lens of like, I'm hyper vigilant about a lot of things like safety, like, am I going to get on that train car? I don't know. Am I going to get gonna say that I'm gonna walk down the street in the dark by myself at this blah blah blah. These are all things you have to make choices about, which can come from a place of fear
Yeah.
and worry. So there's like so many versions of discernment, but then it also can be like you're meeting someone at a party and you're really vibing, and then they say something and you're just like all of a sudden you're like, I don't know, like maybe we're not, well, maybe this isn't the right person for me to latch on to at this moment in time. Like there's so many versions of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What's coming to mind for you?
What's coming to mind for me is like you were just saying, like making decisions out of fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
Discernment to me is being in like this very grounded state where you are not in a heightened state of anxiety and fear. And now, of course, sometimes those decisions, sometimes you can be in those states and like have to make it, I don't know. But to me, like discernment is like you're rooted in like your own character. Like you do have traumas, we all do, but you know, for the most part, mostly processed, I would say.
Yeah.
And I think another thing of discernment, this just came to me, is distinguishing the voice in your head that is the intuition from the voice that is the anxiety. Like that to me, like having internal discernment allows you to have external discernment.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because it's like, I'll, you know, like starting the podcast, we were like afraid, right? But it's like, we have the discernment to be like, that's a voice of fear. That's a voice that wants to keep us comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, the other voice, the quieter one, very, you know, it's very whispered.
It's very whispery.
Yeah. And it doesn't repeat itself.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't explain itself. You know what I'm saying? Like today, and I was like, God, what was you talking about? Was discernment.
Okay. Got it. This is the part where all that other stuff I'm talking about, worrying, fear, anxiety, all that comes after.
Yes.
To try to question it.
Yes.
A little bit, you know? It's like usually you know the answer, you have a gut feeling about something. I feel like that is more of what you're talking about. Like that's your internal discernment. Especially if you're in a grounded place and you're in a clear-headed space. And then sometimes the dark side or whatever can come in and just be like, I don't know. Like, what are all the different ways that we can question this feeling that you're originally having?
Mm-hmm.
But I think you have to work up to that spot in life where you are like capable of discerning like what's right for you and deciding like what is the thing that you need or that you want to do or that you like. Like that just doesn't happen from day one. Not everyone has that, you know? They have to work towards figuring it out.
Thing is I feel like everyone might have it, but just kind of be at different levels.
Yeah.
Like you have it in the areas in life that you're confident in. If you're confident in
exactly. It's different for each person.
Yeah, like a quarterback on a sports team, like he's confident in his job.
Exactly.
Like, I've been watching too much football. This is insane. Hold on a moment.
No, but it's a good example because like they're gonna know like what's best for them as they're working towards that goal.
Yeah.
In all these different areas, like when it's even from a young age, or like, well, that aligns with like their truth and their talent and what they know. So those decisions are gonna feel easier.
And it's like what they know, like logically, but then it's also like something about that definition was like reading people, but to me, I heard like checking the temperature of a room. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like like when you're like you walk into a room and you can like assess the vibes, and like that is definitely rooted. Like that skill is rooted in trauma for me, but it doesn't feel scary to walk into a room and read the vibes. And if I feel an off feeling, I'm like, I'm an adult. I can just walk out of this room, or I can adjust. So I'm not saying that I have like fear, but that skill for me has definitely come from adverse experiences,
and it's ultimately probably benefits you now as an adult.
Yeah. Well, the process version does.
Yeah, the process version. When you're younger and you're in chaos, like, or you're not in a grounded place, then it hurts you.
Right. Because then it's like if you're not in a grounded place, say you walk into a room and like you get a weird temperature and then you're like, I need to fix this, or I need to run away from this and never come back. Like there's like, you know,
you're not staying true to who you are.
Exactly. So it's like discernment is like, it's like checking the temperature in that case, but then also like reading it back to you and being like, where do I stand in this?
Yeah.
That's the temperature of the room. What's my temperature? What do I want? How do I want to? What energy do I want to bring into the room in that case?
This is kind of an interesting side tangent, but like relates to what you're talking about.
Please.
So I think the older I'm getting and the more I like go off and like try new things and meet new people, and like I moved all the way across the country and just being in new environments, there's been this weird like dynamic of like figuring out who am I in a room. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just think it's an interesting thing because there's a huge you get a lot of positive feedback and affirmations if you can float through any room and just be the person that's like a vibe and you can talk to anyone and all these things. But sometimes I feel like the dark side of that is that you're constantly kind of like abandoning yourself a little bit
Well, it's the
to meet the needs
second.
of others.
Well, it's the second that like there's deciding the vibe you want to be and going through the room and being that vibe. But the second that switch flips to getting the validation from the other people and getting the external, like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you're the best. That's when it switches from being
Yes.
unhelpful.
Yes.
Does that
Or
make
when you're
sense?
doing it to like make other people more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing too, because it's like I think of like career fairs now, like walking in and I'm like, I gotta turn on, I gotta make these people like me. I'm going to make these people like me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like one big ball of like everyone's manipulating each other, like,
yeah.
and everyone's trying to get, you know, an upper hand type thing. You know, maybe some people are more genuine than that, but like you're at a career fair, you're trying to get a job, you're trying to get paid.
Yeah. It's a little.
So there's like different circumstances for that. But I think like, I feel like good discernment comes from like the more you know yourself and your
Yes.
character
Yeah. Yeah.
and like what your boundaries are and like what the line is for you. And
Yeah.
then you'll like notice people either matching that energy or like letting it go. You know what I mean? And then you have to be comfortable too to be rejected or to know that they don't like you or to say something outlandish and everyone look at you and like think you're a fucking crazy person. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, I don't know. I think you have to be brave to carry discernment in this world, especially in this current world of like, I mean, cancel culture-y, group thinking. Everyone wants to be the same and wear the same thing
Yeah.
and be vibing in the same thing. Like like having good discernment could also like, it feels rebellious in this world.
It does because you kind of have to sometimes you have to like stand on a thought or opinion or a feeling that is not groupthink.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe in that thing.
Yeah.
Or you're friends with someone that other people don't like and you're like, I like them. You know, like that might cause problems with the other people that you're close with that don't like them or something like that, you know?
Totally.
So it's like you can't, I guess it's like you kind of have to pick a side sometimes. You can't always be neutral if you want to be discerning, right?
That's actually a really good point. I feel like for most of my life, I was like the mediator.
Yeah.
So like picking up a neutral ground is very easy for me. It allows me to like really listen to both sides. Like it's
I love that too. I love
There's a
that too
skill in
because I'm
that.
like, I don't like this angsty energy towards you're right, I'm wrong. So it is confusing
Mm-hmm. And
because
see how
everyone has their POV and it can be very understandable.
Yeah.
Whether it's in politics or freaking anything, literally anything, it can just be like, if someone has a good point and you see it through their lens, you're like, that can make sense.
Yeah. And I think it's like, I mean, that goes into like the ability of oh my God, what is it? Like the Wicked. Did you ever see like the Wicked like PR train that they did? And they were like, we have to hold space. We have to hold space.
Yeah,
God. So I almost
brutal.
said that in that context and I was like, shut up, I can't. I can't. They own that. They own that.
They own the rights to that awful saying.
Yes, I will have to pay somebody.
You have to, okay, instead of saying hold space, you have to make room for both things at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Isn't
Exactly.
that basically what it means?
Exactly.
For both things to be valid at once.
Yeah. And I think, but that, I feel like that, you know, the discernment is like the judgment of the other person.
You're meeting someone for the first time.
Yeah, okay, you're meeting someone for the first time. You're meeting a friend for the first time, or they're not even a friend yet, which that's another thing.
Let's talk about friendships, especially adult friendships, because
I think so
they're
too.
very different than the girls I met in high school, the girls I met in college. You have so much time with these people. Like you spend 9 hours a day with them, basically, whether you're in high school, then you go to sports after, and then you hang out on the weekends.
Friends.
Yeah,
they're proximity friends.
You already have built-in things in common, like especially like going to Catholic school. Like we already have a foundation of the same type of bubble in like backgrounds and the way that our parents raised us for the most part. Grow up in the same neighborhoods. Okay, that is so much common ground. And then at school, especially if you join a sorority or something, you're all kind of at the school for a similar reason. You have similar interests. Even if you come from different places, you kind of like see something in this thing you're joining, club, sports, sorority, and you're like, okay, we have a common language. And then you go and you spend literally every waking hour with these people and you get to know so much about them that there's no question in if you vibe, honestly, for the most part. You like figure it out really fast because you have so much time.
True.
But what I've noticed in adulthood is like you could run into someone could like even set you up. Oh, you will really like this person, or Connor will go to acting class and we'll meet people, or I'll be doing something with work and I'll meet someone there, a designer friend, but you only get like 1 to 2 hours at a dinner. And then a week later, you might get another hour. And then you might like go to a party and get a few hours. And then you're getting such little time, but then you're like kind of getting this closeness over a few months that then you feel like you're good friends, but you don't actually think about the background information you actually know about this person. It's so limited,
That's so true. And that's where the
right?
discernment comes in. Like you have to make these judgment calls
This
when
is
you're
when it
meeting
really
people.
starts mattering.
And I think that's why maybe it came to me is just like the age we're at, the age our listeners are at. It's like, because like we were just talking about proximity friends. Proximity friends, that friendship is put to the test once the proximity is taken away.
Yep. Mel Robbins has like a really good way of talking about this thing. She calls it like the great scattering or something. Like everything's
Oh,
so easy
yeah.
because you're just all in the same routine. You have the same schedules, you have the same proximity. Everything's easy. And you don't have like a lot of life pressures and work and money and
Yep.
traveling, like whatever. Now I can even tell with a lot of our girlfriends that we're all so spread out. Everyone has such different schedules. If you're in a relationship, then you not only have the weddings you're invited, you have the weddings too that your partner's invited to. And then you have
Mm-hmm.
another in-law family to see. So now you have two families. And then you get a pet. And then you both have jobs. And it's like, it's so hard to stay so in touch with those people. So then new proximity people come in. And that's great, but it's a different type of needing to understand yourself and what is it you're looking for in friendships on the weekends, or if you need something. Like being
Mm-hmm.
out here in LA where we have such limited people we know, we have to really rely on people we just met,
It's
you
so
know?
interesting. Yeah.
It's such
And
an
then,
interesting thing to think about.
yeah. And it's like it's like there's two different perspectives going on here right now. Cause like you moving out to
Mhm.
LA, just having Connor, having to meet new friends, and like you're meeting probably a bunch of new people at a time and da da da. But like you're still, you have high standards for who you're going to like keep in your life.
Yeah.
But also, like you said, you need people. So it's like you want people to like you and you want to be like there.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
then it's like, I don't know, it's such an interesting dance because I'm coming from the perspective of like my life was so full in college and I live in Atlanta and all my friends are here. So I already have busy schedules. So if I'm bringing a
Yeah.
new person into my circle and that I'm like, because all of a sudden we're all this time, no time anymore. You're working, your weekends, you got to do chores, grocery
Yeah,
shop. Like, what the
chores,
hell?
man.
So it's
Just
like,
we're all so busy.
mm-hmm. So like, I think we should talk about like if you're meeting a new friend, like what goes through your head? Because we're good at this. We should
Okay.
share like what goes
Yeah.
through.
I
Do you
like
see what I'm
this.
saying?
Even Connor and I were recently talking about this because I think we are in a super unique situation, but I think it's good chat for anyone that's moving to a new place or, really I think just that is enough to go off of. But there's a lot of situations where I feel like this could be relevant. I think we've noticed that two things. When you're in a committed relationship, especially long term, you can be very comfortable with just each other.
Yep.
Especially if you like that. I've never been the most social girl. I think that like if you asked any of my home friends or college friends, there's probably a long list of things I said no to
Mm-hmm.
because not because I don't love them, but like am I really in the mood to go out and get hammered and like do all that stuff all the time? Not as much. Like I
Sure.
liked it sometimes, but like there was a lot of times where I'm like based off the way that I am and my being and being so attached to someone, I'm just like I'm going to stay home and watch a movie. Like I don't know. And that's a blessing and a curse because I think once you get in that place, you're very content there, but then proximity friends are always kind of there if you need them and there's a good balance, a natural balance. But now that we're out here, we've noticed like we really need to put in the effort to have some people around us because
Mm-hmm.
it being just me and him is not healthy.
Exactly.
And as much as it's a beautiful blessing and it's great a lot of the time, like we have to push ourselves. So I think that we've kind of realized like in the beginning it's a say yes game. So like if there's someone that someone sets you up with, you should be friends with this person. Or if you're in an acting class, like me and Connor are both really good at being open really fast and
Yeah.
seeing who can handle us. Like we're at
Yeah.
this point, we're kind of just ourselves. You either like it or you don't. So
Mm-hmm.
then the initial test is, are we going to vibe just based off us being us? And
Mm-hmm.
then there's usually a very quickly knowing of a yes. Like, okay, then the levels come where you keep hanging out. And then I would say my biggest discernment test is, do you not only understand our personalities, what you're getting at face value, but it's also our style of friendship. Like when Connor and I are with people, we're very present and we're there and we'll like be there, but we're not hit me up every single week type of people.
Right.
And sometimes we get that from people of like wanting too much of us and we don't have it to give. It's not even that we don't want to give it. It's just like we are limited based off what we have going on, work schedules, the things we're trying to chase, our financial system, the dog, the trips that we have. We can't be anybody's new best friend.
Yeah, like you don't need someone, you need like, I mean, I hear this term like low maintenance friend,
Yes,
and it's
yes.
not like, but like it's not low maintenance in the point that you're not going to put any effort. Like you really
No,
like
and
this
it doesn't
person.
mean, it doesn't have to do with how much we love them. It's
So
but you have to. I've seen it go both ways. There's people that get it about us, and there's people that don't. And the ones that don't get it, they have a really hard time and take it personally. Like it's not personal. We're like that with every single person that we meet and love.
so let me rephrase low maintenance friendship, because I feel like there is a negative connotation with it,
Yeah.
because I think like people are attaching low maintenance with low effort, and that's absolutely never the case. I'm a low maintenance
Right.
woman and I'm very high effort.
There you go. There you go. That's
yeah.
the difference.
Okay. So, but like a low maintenance friendship is a friend that can come into your life, because I have this same discerning thing, a friend that can come into your life and you don't have to change anything about who you are and your personality, unless if you're being a harmful asshole, then that's a different question.
Yeah,
We're
totally.
obviously not talking about that.
Yeah.
We are relatively good people. A low maintenance friend is a person coming into your life. They fill you more than they take from you. And then in turn, you want to fill them up. And then it becomes this like reciprocal thing of like, we don't need to talk all the time, but like, I'm always thinking good thoughts of you. You know, that person's holding you in high regards. You know, if you needed some advice, that person could be there, and vice versa. Like
Absolutely.
they're going to, yes,
This
absolutely.
is what it is. It's context. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is if someone can take the context of your situation in life, because as much as Connor and I are like doing great, we've also had a lot of stuff that has created like difficulties for us to bring people in or have the space for it. I hate to say have the space because it's like holding space, but it is like the capacity. Like if we have like a circle that gives all of our energy, 40% of Connor's energy is going to acting. The other 40% is going to his job. Maybe not those actual breakdowns, but let's just say it's 40, 40, 20 for me at times. Like that's just the reality of the situation. He's got a very, very narrow sliver for someone else or something else to be constantly at his door. There's room for a casual thing here or there, or whatever. But at that point in his time, in his life, he can't have someone that's just knocking, because then eventually you just get irritated and you're like, you're not getting the context of whatever. So to me, I think that if someone can come into your life, love you and understand and check in on you, and then you're able to ride waves with people, that's great. That is like, for us, that is like the system that we do really well in. So it's like once we go to hang out with that person and it's been 3 months and it feels like no time's passed and there's no weird energy, you're in. We're in. You're in.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street. We love that.
No, I'm like, I just retweet with everything you're saying, because like and that's probably why we became friends.
Yeah. Because we're even like that. It's not like, it's like we don't need to talk every day.
And what downloaded to me is that I can only become really good friends with people, or if we are going to have a chance of being really good friends together, you need to have a full life when you meet me.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to be like filling in
the gaps.
Yes, I'm not.
It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure. I feel like, sorry, keep going. It is so true.
But it's like, of course, there are exceptions. If someone's going through something very traumatic, then like we're there, we're filling the gaps. I mean, I had friends show up for me this year like I've never seen before. And I can't wait to give back to them. I don't want anything bad to happen, but like,
it's not. But sometimes it's a little outweighed the scales depending on the context. Again, it's all context. Yeah,
but there's just this like But you know, those are also like very like long-term friends. But it's like if you're meeting someone, I'm with you. Coming in and being open. For me right now, it's more of like I have a full roster of friendships. So I love meeting new people. I love meeting my friends' friends and having a dinner and doing a thing. It's like what I did this weekend. I met a couple new girls and they were absolutely lovely. One of the girls was a pilot. I was like, you're such a badass.
That's sick.
I know. And there were these really cool girls, but I'm just like, I don't have the bandwidth right now to like invest into other people.
Yeah.
But like meeting you was amazing. Let's
Yeah.
catch up. If I see you like around, I'm gonna be so happy. And I would love to see them around more. But like then it's like, you know, in that case, like I would plan a girls' night and have like all these girls over and just like
Yeah.
a big old mingle party, and like that's really fun. But like, um, but if I'm like, hell no on someone's energy, that person's coming in a room. First of all, you're causing drama. If you're causing even a sliver of drama,
Yeah, no.
if you're easily
We're too old.
bothered by stuff, you're too weak for me. Get out of here with that. What do you mean? You know what I mean? Like small
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Small things like tip people to a certain point and you can see it. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like sloppy. I don't like people talking bad. Like if they just
About
met
other
me
people.
and they're talking
Yeah.
because you know, you see these things. But I love what you said about being open the first time and then like just showing them your full energy and showing them what you're about.
Yeah,
And
I struggle
then
with the small talk bit.
yeah.
I just don't know. I can do it if I have to do it, especially if it's like a professional setting, obviously. But like sometimes I'm like, let's just get to the point. Like,
Wait. Oh
what's
my
it all
gosh.
about?
I know I've told you this. I don't know if I've told the podcast this. So I became friends. I've made 2 friends post college. It's you, my other friend Nicole, like close friends where I'm like
Yeah.
ride or die bitches.
You're in. You're in.
You're in. Nicole and I, when we first met, it was like her boyfriend and at the time my boyfriend, my fiance, but we were boyfriend and girl at the time. Double date, and we just sat at the bar and we were talking. They were playing pool, and I had never met her before. Like we were like literally just chatting it up. She's a Taurus, so of course we got along. But the question that she asked me that stuck with me that I have used on people over and over again, and listeners, you should use too, shout out Nicole, is tell me about your best friend. And watch people light the fuck up. And then you learn about people and their life and who they're keeping in their life. Like it's it's inquisitive, but it's also a very warm question. And when
I love
she
that.
asked me that and I got the chance to talk about my longest friend, Haley, and I could just tell funny stories. And then we were getting into it. It just like, it cut the noise of the small talk to where we were just like all of a sudden talking about like childhood adventures and doing this. And then we became like thick as thieves. I mean, that girl would bury a body for me, but like, that's one of like that question cuts through the small talk in a second, especially if you're just talking with the girls, like maybe at like a dinner table, like if you're on double date, that's a little different. But if you're like post double date, you're at like a speakeasy or whatever, and then you're like just chatting with the girl, tell me about your best friend. You'll learn
That's
so much.
Great. That's
Isn't
so
that
great
such
because
a
I
good
already
one?
automatically do that. My best friend in the world, her name's Kate, which you obviously know, but like if I'm meeting people like after a few hangs or something, she's coming up in conversation because I'm like, I'm going to the ranch this weekend, or I was just with her. We were just talking about this thing and she has this thing going on. It's like she's an extension of me. So like there's this like, it's going to come up at some point with new people, but I love asking someone else about theirs. I've never thought about it like that. I already do that without getting asked.
Because you're
is
natural
what I'm
at
saying.
This. You're natural at this.
Yeah, that's great though. That's a I love that.
Isn't it so good? Because then you can also kind of gauge what kind of friend they are, right? Because if they
or what
bring,
they have going on, if they're like, I don't really have a best friend, I'm looking for mine. That could be a thing too. You don't know when you're going to meet yours.
Yeah, and it also depends on what you're looking for. So if you are on the market looking for a best friend, then you could be like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want like, you're not looking for codependency. Codependent friendships, I feel like they can go a certain way. Like
Definitely.
It's just not a little too draining.
I already have that in my partnership. I don't need to be codependent with a woman.
Yeah, and
no
that's another
offense to
thing
anyone,
with you especially, and I feel like me too. Well, you need very independent people in your life because you're like, I will get codependent with you if you trigger me.
Yes, and this is the issue. There's a deep part of me that I think a lot of people have this, but I have a part of me that like really does not like letting people down. So I am flaky and non-committal on purpose because I'm trying to avoid that feeling of, which is something like I think people will just have to accept. Like I'm trying to be better about that. But ultimately, I don't like saying yes to things really far in advance because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen at that point 6 months from now. So my life is just always changing so much, so situational with Connor and what he's got going on at work. Like I don't know if I can, like, it's really tough for me to commit to things, which I'm not saying is a great quality, but I'm always like that because I hate saying I can't come to the thing I said I'm going to come to, or I can't whatever. So, you know, it's tough. Like, I think that there's certain things of like, I have a lot of people at arm's length because of that. I'd rather just be a free agent, which I try to attract other independent people that are not bothered by that.
Mm-hmm.
And it can go with the flow and just let plans fall as they may. I mean, that's just how I was raised too. Like, for better or for worse, we were not like committing to the Christmas plan 2 months in advance. It was like whatever's happening for Christmas is decided the week of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way, but if you grow up like that, you have a hard time looking 6 months advance on the calendar and putting something out there.
But you know what? You, with your, like, you understanding yourself and understanding your character and understanding what you're about, having the discernment to then look for a friend that's going to kind of match that energy.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you, like, that's you knowing yourself. And then you, like, for me, I need people in my life that let me be me. And
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
that me can be a lot sometimes, even though I'm like very pleasant to be around. Humble brag. But I will say outlandish shit and I will argue with someone just for the heck of it because I like a really good conversation. Not being mean, but like
Yeah, you could have been a lawyer. You have like a very thoughtful way of going about topics and
I
wanting
like
to get in there and talk about it.
I love a controversial topic. So I need people around me that are like, I enjoy people that let me be me and that can be like, okay, I can't talk to you anymore and that's okay, but I still love you. And I'm just like, peace.
Yeah.
Like, I need people that can be like, match my energy when it comes to like, hey, I did this really weird research of this thing. Can you look into this? Can we talk about this? And then they'll like do it. I don't know.
Well,
it just,
this is bringing me to kind of vulnerability a little bit. I feel like when I did my spirit camp this summer, I like zoomed out and looked at like all the ways in which like I'm selfish and selfless. Like, I don't know if like selfish is the right word, but when I choose myself and when I choose others, and it is, to me, it's the hardest thing in life to figure out. How much are we in like service of our family and our friends and like people in our life and just random people, and then how much are we looking out for ourselves and what we need? And teetering on that line, I think I'm having like a lot of questioning of it all the time, and because I'm in a new phase of figuring it out. I'm in a new phase of, when is that trip that like I feel like I'm too drained to go on actually good for me and I should show up for me and the people on the trip? Or when should I say no because I just need to be home and I need to be locked into my work and I need to grind, but I know not going is going to have a slight impact on the friendship or the situation or not being there bonding with my girlfriends, and it's a really, really hard thing to figure out. And again, it's so context. It's like, in a perfect world, I could do all of these things and manage them all, but my energy and the things I have going on and the other things going on in my life are making it that I can't do both. So where do I like, where is my picker picking? And I did a little bit of moving around my schedule this fall, and I'm glad that I did, because now looking at like the two things I had a month apart, if I had the thing in the middle that I really wanted to do, but I know I shouldn't, and then the thing 2 weeks from now that I really wanted to do, but I know I shouldn't, I'd be having a lot more anxiety at these two things that I had. So it was the right thing. And like, typically I would have just not moved them around because it's like my heart wants to do all four.
Yeah.
But I'm realizing when I do all four, I'm a body and I'm wiped and I have nothing left.
Yeah. And I got like a kind of a crash course in that exact topic this year. Like when I was like, when Sam was in the hospital and I'm having to take care of, a lot was put on my shoulders.
Yeah.
And my rule of thumb with that, I mean, of course, nuance, of course, context, but my rule of thumb is that I cannot support my life if I can't support myself.
Yeah.
And I have a baseline of things that need to get done for myself. And absolutely, and then because I can, as my personality, lean selfishly. Like, I think about myself probably too much. And I want to do that less.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't do much of anything that doesn't also benefit me.
I don't
very
see
rarely.
That, but
right, because I'm strategic with it.
Yeah. Like, I'm a master of it.
No, yeah. I mean, I would definitely say that I mean, at least growing up, my mom would call me selfish a couple of times, but she was also being a little mean to me.
Yeah, she was just,
love you, Mom.
Trying.
Yeah, but I was a selfish teenager, 100%.
But every teenager's selfish.
Yeah, but I was like,
You were rebelling.
yeah, that was my rebellion. But I think there is a lot of like self-love and being selfish to the point of like you need to feed yourself. So like making sure my baseline is taken care of is like very important. And to me what that looks like is if I were on a trip in the morning, everyone's going to breakfast, the day after, I'm going to go do a workout. I'll catch you guys afterwards. Love you.
There you
Peace,
go.
bye.
That's a perfect example. It's
Right?
like, yes, it's like so that you can show up at the next thing as your best self. I
As
think
my
that's a
best
better
self.
way to go about it.
Yeah, because also the people around me, they deserve my best self. These
Yeah.
are amazing human beings.
Yep.
You included. Like I want to show up for the people around me in the best way that I can. And that requires me to be militant with my time, selfish. And if I start seeing myself getting like physical symptoms of like, you know, if like my skin is getting
Exhaustion.
puffy or like inflammation pops up or if I'm too tired to like exercise, then I'm like, something is wrong. I need to, it's like a halt. No
Yep.
one talk to me. I got to reset. Once I reset, once I correct myself, I will come back and everything. But the flip side to that, I would say for me is I don't really ever show people my bad sides, if that makes sense.
Why do you think?
I don't know. I'm very protective of, you know, like I'm never just going to call a friend like sobbing. I'm going to like
I don't either.
assess the situation, process it fully. 3 months later,
talk
I'm going to
about
be
it after.
Yeah. 3 months later, I'm be like, so I had a breakdown 3 months ago. They're like, oh my God, what? So like, I really do stop people from showing up in my life. I feel like there's a lot that maybe I would go through that I wouldn't bring someone in on until like much later. And then it's like bringing up Nicole again because she's so funny with her words. But she's like, then I bring it up like a business meeting where I'm like, so 6 months ago, this thing happened. I'm fine. Don't stress. Like,
yes, all good.
It's good. I love these people. I don't want to cause stress in their lives, even if I'm like, they're a friend. They're supposed to do that. But yeah, I would say that's something that I would like to work on, even though that actually terrifies me.
Yep. Oh, it's all so relevant right now. It's just like, I think too, just like something to think about is like once you start doing these things, and if you're a historic people pleaser and you're just like constant yes man, as soon as you start pulling that back and saying no and taking care of yourself, people don't like it.
It really messes up with the energies. The only people who don't like it are the people that were taking advantage of that.
Yeah, but also it's not their fault because that's how they all have always known you.
Yeah.
And you never said, I can't handle this thing. So once you constantly overdo, like I'll share one tiny, I'm not going to give examples, but sometimes in my relationship with Connor, we've just been together for so long. I started to notice like the last year, like, oh, there's so many things that like I love to do for him because that gives me happiness. But in exchange of that, I'm not doing certain things for myself that I also want to do. So if I start doing those things for myself I want to do, he's kind of like, wait, where'd you go on that thing? And it's not even like he's upset with me. He's just like, what's happening?
It's just a change.
So I think
and people notice, and he's a Taurus, so he's going to notice that immediately. He's going to clock it immediately.
Yes. And I think the thing I'm trying to work on is communicating better because I'm kind of this person that's like you said, moving around all of these changes in my life by myself.
Yeah, you're like, internally navigating it, and then you forget to like send out the newsletter.
Yeah, and so then people are like maybe a little worried about me, or they're like, what's happening? It feels a little bit more intense than it actually is. I'm like, oh, I just have constant things going on in my head at all times that are just for me to figure out, not your problem. Yeah. But then I show up differently. And then they're like, what? And I'm like, I don't know. Sorry, just got a deal. So I'm not saying that's right. I think it's just something I'm noticing about myself. I'm in a place where I'm trying to be more curious about what my habits have always been and thinking, do I really want to have that habit or do I want to have this way about? So I'm just so in the process of like figuring out what type of friend I am, who I want to be, what type of daughter, what type of sister, all these things, while also right now I need to take care of myself as best I can.
Yeah.
Because that line has always been super blurry for me as like the, mediator, peacekeeper, people pleaser. I've had a lot of that.
And I just felt the urge to give my friend Kat a shout out because I say all these things of the kind of person I am, but she's the kind of friend to, in the most loving way, overset that line and be like, so what's wrong? Can you talk to me?
Yeah, she'll kind of dig in.
Yeah, she'll never just be like, oh, she must be going through something. I'll back away. She'll always like pick up the phone and be like, tell me what's going on. And I'm like, oh God, fuck off. All right, here it is. And I'm so grateful. And I've told her this.
Because we all need that.
Yeah, well, I'm like, never stop doing that. Never stop doing that because it is so hard for me to call you. So if you're like, you schedule it, like I value the shit out of that. So, shout out.
We got some good girls around us. We're lucky.
We do. Well, a lot of
But
discernment to
keep,
get
you keep
the
calling
crowd
them in.
together.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we made it to an hour. How do we want
We
to
did
wrap
it.
this up?
I guess this is the podcast. I guess this is it.
I
don't
love
know.
us and our genius brains.
I don't have any finishing questions for you. I
don't either, but I love that. I love
Yeah.
that topic. I feel
I'm
like we
honestly-
keep building off that and like could
Yeah.
talk about it in a business sense next time. Like there's kind of endless ways, and I love that these are all things coming up, I think, for us because we're growing into these people that are becoming good at these things. It's just going to keep happening. 28 to 32 period is a time for us to get really good at this and
we are going to be
practice.
We're going to be those moms where the kid walks in the house and we're going to be like, don't be friends with them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like we're going to be like, no, we're going to know what's going on.
We're going to be open like this. We're going to be like, hey, invite those parents over for dinner. Let's have a chat.
Yes, exactly. Your radar just keeps getting better and better and better.
Oh, I love that.
I love that. I love
and
you.
I love you. This was amazing.
For doing this today because this was on a whim, and we have another episode this week we're going to record.
Oh, yes. So excited. Okay, listeners, we love you guys. And
thanks for joining.
Yeah, and send to a friend. Send to a best friend, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Send it to your person you're grateful for and say how glad you are that you met them and that they're an important character in your life because it's important.
Yeah, we wouldn't be who we are without those kinds of people.
Yeah, without that support.
All right.
Okay, love you.
All right. Peace out, C. Love you.
Peace.